Hi, folks. Sorry we're so late scheduling and all of that. Unfortunately, Mariana will not be with us today. We hope that she watches the stream and enjoys us,
Hello.
at least on the journey. Instead, we have Hallie, Nono, and Anthony with us today, and we will see where the story goes. Because last time we left off, holy shit!
Understatement.
Ao's passed out. We have a forest fire. Nihilus is whistling through his throat.
Nihilus look like a pincushion.
Alright.
But
healing potions have sealed some of the wounds.
a little bit, but you still have this fucking just.
Forced most of the arrows out.
But as we start off in our story, our group managed to make their way into Freehold and actually managed to make some solid connections with some of the guilds in the city, specifically the Garoon family and the Braun Anvil family, a set of jewelers, armorsmiths, and blacksmiths that deal with the majority of trade. Nihilus found some interesting information in regards to magical lore. Dracaria found some lineage and some connection to the Amakir family, the banking family within the Western Reaches. However, she almost made an enemy of the family, but somehow managed to get out of there with her skin intact. Also got tattoos.
Which I'm almost attuned to.
But everyone went through a little bit more of a shopping spree and then set off on their way before noticing that Draxis, their host for their stay in Freehold, had gone missing and had not returned the previous night. They decide he should be back, he's doing his own business, and set off. Do this to me, please. Do it. And as they set off onto the high road, heading south through Cantor, through the Corner Peaks, and then eventually into Hammer, they came across a rather dire sight. They had found Draxis tortured, bloodied, and near death. Avaria and Dracaria, in a state of panic, rushed to him to try and lend him aid. Unfortunately, it came too late, as a bolt sailed through the tree line, piercing his head and killing him outright. To which then Nihilus and Ao were also shot and severely injured.
Yeah.
Oh man.
In a fit of rage, our group rushed into the tree line to find their attacker and rend justice.
Blow off his head.
And through much tribulation and near death, they managed to attain victory. Although it is very bittersweet. Because as they managed to kill their assassin, they lost a loving family member and a friend.
Oh my gosh, this music.
It's like right on cue, too.
Dracaria, in rage and sorrow, lit the forest aflame.
Not the whole forest.
Nihilus nearly succumbing to his wounds, and Ao trying every attempt he could to try and find the assailant. Only to have Draxis still on the high road, still dead in a pool of his own blood. And that is where we start our story. You have managed to find and kill the one that was hunting you. You are wounded. You are beaten. You are angry. And you are sad at the loss of a friend.
Right.
What do you wish to do?
She said she's gonna do it. I'm passed out.
I'm gonna go over to the body.
I'm still inside the forest, passed out.
Well,
Body's right in front of me. So I was like, hey, yo. Just walks by.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
I'm gonna get my water skin. And hey, Nihilus, can I use your water skin? Your ultimate unlimited water skin?
You still have it.
I do?
Yeah.
I didn't-
You've never given it back to
I
me.
thought I gave it back. Nope,
I took
still have
dicks.
it.
I'm just like,
Okay then.
she's gonna have that, I'm gonna have this.
Drink water for ale.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the water skins, shape water, and go up to each tree and put out the fire as much as I can. Each of the 3 trees. Only-
Yes, the 3 trees have actually started to become. Actually, the fire on each tree is starting to grow rapidly. Because as you lit them, it was just a small fire, but within the span of 20 or so seconds, as the battle went on, it grew up for a good portion of those trees. There is now plumes of black smoke going up into the sky, and the smell of burning redwood.
Yeah, instead of it hits leaves, it's done.
You know, the second it hits dry wood, it's just
Aw.
So can she...
So that's what I want to do.
You're battling the flames?
Yep.
How much water does that thing pour out?
infinite.
But, like, how much per round?
She's able to control 5 square feet. So she's pulls out whatever much she needs and just goes.
Yeah.
That's it.
But it's more like of a blanket of water, not like.
Yeah, you control 5 square feet worth of water.
So that's what I want to do.
If you reduce that area, make it like paper thin,
Mm-hmm.
just create a sheet of water and just like pass it over the tree.
Mm-hmm. It's essentially what happens.
It's like bringing the tree to a car wash.
Is it this thing?
Shape water?
A decanter of endless water? Technically.
You can say geyser and it produces 30 gallons of water and gushes.
Well, here's the thing. It functions similar to decanter, but it's still a water skin. It just
so it's not.
it doesn't have
okay.
it doesn't have the geyser, the waterfall, or any of that. It just
Oh,
it just
okay.
produces
That's all I was
endless
like,
water.
I mean, you could do this easy. Just be like, geyser.
To which then you'd probably be breaking the trees
Mm-hmm.
because that actually does like
Forest
it
fire,
does
like
it does
trees.
damage at that point.
That's why I wanted the water skin and not the decanter, because I wanted something non-game breaking and just
Manageable.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about.
You don't have to worry about water.
thirsty.
You just need to worry about food.
Exactly.
But you're using
It's a
the
How
time.
do you
calorie
relate it?
sustenance without an attunement slot.
You're using your time. You're using as quickly as you can shape water to reduce the fire. And you are currently unconscious. You're stabilized, but passed out due to fatigue. We'll say.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I would say I'm still having problems right now because I'm probably bleeding out from my stomach.
Well,
No one's
You're-
healed me
you're-
yet, and I'm just having a
Yeah.
bolt inside me.
yeah, you're stabilized, so you're not
Okay.
bleeding out. That's what that natural 20 was. Like you just flexed your muscles and just actually managed to seal whatever wound you had. You're still injured. You're still severely injured. You're at 1 hit point, but you're stabilized and you're fine.
Alright, old man Netero.
You landed.
Slap the wound and close.
You landed face down, and the combination of the blood mixing with the dirt created like this like pack of mud that just like sealed your wound shut.
Awesome, hot.
Don't move too much.
I don't think I am.
I'm gonna go over to the corpse, make sure it's actually dead, and then prop AO up and
It doesn't have a head.
make sure. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure he's dead. You never know.
I'm not alive, so, you know, whatever.
Yeah, you're unconscious. You're not even in
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
You get close to the corpse and you notice he's this assailant from just a brief glimpse was an elf. But he is very well equipped. His heavy crossbow seems to be custom built.
Do I recommend?
Not in the crossbow that you were using,
Okay. I'm like that motherfucker.
but you do notice a very familiar brand and on the wood stock.
Thank you.
Is that same?
It's a red chest. You also notice that same emblem on his hide armor just above his left pack.
Well, I'm stripped naked.
Make an investigation check.
Hot.
How long has it been since we left the city? What time is it?
It's about high noon. You left a couple hours before.
I think I'm attuned.
To what?
Headband of intellect.
Did you ever get one?
Yeah, for
He went back.
1200. Yeah.
But that was at night.
Yeah, it was like.
Yeah, you have the rest of the day.
Never mind.
I didn't have enough money to buy it earlier.
Still roll well. 21.
Nice. As you look over, a lot of his equipment seems to have enhancements on them. As to what enhancement, you don't know. But his heavy crossbow seems to be giving off some arcanic energy. His cloak and boots, you immediately recognize in the fact they are boots and cloak of elven kind, which is how he was able to avoid detection for so long and give you guys so much trouble. Looking over him, you find a small letter, almost more like a ripped piece of paper with like some drawings on it, with some words. You get Red Queen with an arrow pointing to a cage. You get Knight with an arrow pointing to another arrow, an actual drawn arrow. Dancer with a arrow pointing to a foot with an arrow in it. And then Sage pointing to like a bunch of squiggles.
You're a squiggle.
That's cute.
That's cute.
You
You want to squiggle me?
You continue looking over, and you find not so much like a purse, but like this small cloth bag. There seems to be something inside of it. Seems to be like a round stone, a little smaller than that, but kind of.
Fondling the sack. Open it up.
Does the sack feel nice?
Look inside.
Looks
No
like you
better
have
than touch it barehanded first.
Yeah, it looks like it has just a simple round stone with a rune etched into the stone.
Mage hand it out.
Okay.
Just kind of rotate it around, look at it. Just the one rune?
Just that one rune.
Okay.
If you'd like to make an Arcana check, you could.
On that 20? On that 20?
Looks to be a magic mouth rune.
Ooh.
And as you're actually stripping the assassin, you notice that there is a glyph of warding burned onto his chest.
I don't have a raise. Damn. That'd be nice to have. Erase the glyph. Maybe rehear this magic mouth.
Magic mouth does not seem to have been activated because when it's activated, the rune disappears.
Oh, okay. And it's key to a specific person, yeah?
Most magic runes correlate to some kind of trigger, whether touching or by word or by action.
Give it a good touch. Got some theories. I want to test them out. Can I find what's left of his head? Or is it just obliterated?
The majority of the top portion of his head is gone. What's left is his basically lower jaw, and you notice that he has no tongue.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna gather up the pieces of the corpse.
Okay.
Cast gentle repose on it.
Okay. Is that a first level spell?
It's a ritual.
So you'll take the 10 minutes.
Yeah.
To take care of that. But at that point,
Technically, it's a second level spell.
technically,
Yeah.
you already used up all your spell slots.
Yeah.
As you're doing all of that in that 20 or 30 or so minutes, Jakari, you manage actually to finish up putting out the fires.
This is doing some weird things on the body.
There's always one person in the group that does it.
And I start putting them in the sack. He's gonna come in handy later. If anything else,
Did
he's
you
gonna
find
be a
anything?
stress relief. I've got these boots, this cloak. We got this heavy crossbow. It's pretty nice.
A heavy crossbow and a hand crossbow. The hand crossbow seems to be normal.
And a decent heavy crossbow. He didn't have his payment on him, which I'm kind of sad about.
Oh, sorry. There was even more stuff.
Oh, no worries.
He was geared. He had a +1 rapier. He had a +1 hide armor. He had I'll shorten up. He had a +1. He had a repeating heavy crossbow.
You should write this down.
Oh, yeah.
A regular hand crossbow. 250 in platinum. 750 in gold. That small leaflet with directions as to what you can assume, and that word of mouth stone that seems to be not activated yet.
Would it be possible to put spells like Power Word Stun, Power Word Kill into a Magic Mouth? Okay.
Magic Mouth only functions in. You could do a variation of a Glyph of Warding, where it's basically a bomb based on trigger. Whereas Magic Mouth is basically leaving a message behind, like an audio recording.
Okay. Just making sure. Hoping to just like activate the Magic Mouth and just like, alright, taking care of loose ends. Yes,
Well, okay. I go over to Ao and I give him the greater potion of healing.
Roll 4d4 plus 4.
Do you want to play out what
kind of repeating
she does
crossbow is
first?
it? What kind of repeating crossbow?
Just an enhanced repeating heavy crossbow. Like it has the enhancement of repeating, similar to Nick's light crossbow they had, where it had the infusion of repeating. They didn't need ammo. This seems to have the same premise.
Gotcha.
There are 10 bolts, but they seem to be set more for the hand crossbow.
He's smaller.
It seemed that his heavy crossbow was his main facet of attack.
Yeah. You would know that.
But it wasn't the crossbow that Nick made.
No, yeah, I know. I just meant like all the pincushions he has.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
That's more. That's more.
The fact that he was able to fire continuously for every 6 seconds, with the amount of time of reloading, that's unbelievably fast.
You said 44 plus 4?
44 plus 4. That's a greater healing potion.
About 1 hit point.
Nyla's got a good look at him firing at him, and it looked like the recoil of the actual bolt
Just
was knocking the string right back. And just
Yep.
like, and then.
Yep. So, oh, that's really. Ouch!
Neat.
12.
12 plus 1, I'm at 13.
Rolled 44, right? Wow. I would expect that to give a little bit more, but okay.
That's when we get to chance.
I should have at least given like 20 and a maximum of 12. Okay. So you give him. So Jakari, you give Ao the greater healing potion. Your lungs feel a little bit better. You're still kind of hurt.
Oh yeah.
You're still kind of overcome with pain, but it's bearable, and you are kind of conscious. You actually come out of that dream very similar to how I described, where it's just you see that picture and then you go right back.
Breathing heavy.
The fire is out. They seem the trees are still slightly smoking, and Nihilus is looting the body of Arya and Jakari are currently tending to you.
Has the bolt been pulled out yet?
The bolt in his back.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Hey, Ao.
What?
I'm gonna need you to brace yourself.
For what?
So, and also sorry.
Here, look at the pretty lights.
Pretty lights.
Half conscious, I'm like, what?
Prestidigitation.
Make a medicine check.
This hits.
13 for assistance.
That was not a good
Look, are you lending her aid?
Yeah.
Then roll of advantage.
Oh, it didn't help whatsoever.
Great.
That's a 5.
Yeah.
Roll a d4, please.
Crunch.
2.
At least it wasn't
as you're like, wait, what do you mean? You just feel this tug. Unfortunately, it's a very slow tug, not a very quick tug. It's like
me on the way out.
it's almost like she pulled this direction rather than pulling straight. As you feel that you feel the blood trickle down your back, you now have an open hole in your back, but your lung is fine.
And then I cast Cure Wounds on you.
Oh, that's no good. You can't. No, you gotta nail it through the other side. You gotta force it through the other end, so you don't yank all that skin out the other end.
Oh, see, you should have told me that before I yanked it.
I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
Cure Wounds. It's okay.
I don't have a lot of practical experience in this.
Okay,
I've read a lot of
what
books.
level?
First level, I can
First
only
level?
do that. Oh, wait, no, I can do second level.
So 2d8s plus your charisma modifier. Actually, your wisdom modifier because it's druid.
That's the druid.
It's the druid in you. Touch my druid.
Maybe later. You said wisdom?
Wisdom.
Oh, why couldn't it be my charisma?
Because the magic initiate makes you use the modifier from the spell list you're pulling from.
8. 17. Oh,
I know that, babe.
19. I'm more than halfway. With my 31 max health. Are the holes closed?
Oh yeah, the hole's closed. You're still kind of hurt,
Breathing heavy.
but the wound is closed. You're not bleeding out. You're more spent rather than dying.
Yeah, let me
Nice.
help you up. And take a silver piece and just flatten it out into a disc and make it rise. Put you on it.
Sensor's disc.
I scoot to the edge, so I'm just sitting on the edge. I'm just holding my rib. What happened to the fire?
We took care of it.
I put it out.
Oh, why would you set a forest on fire?
Technically, I didn't set the forest on fire.
So that wasn't you lighting trees on fire.
I lit a few trees on fire, yes.
And what was the purpose of that?
Well, you couldn't necessarily hide in those trees that were on fire.
Exactly.
It could.
I wouldn't want to hide in a flaming tree. I don't know about these elves or anything. They're into some weird, freaky shit.
So why would you run into a forest when you couldn't see the enemy to begin with?
So we could try to find him.
Well, how did you know it was only one?
I have no idea.
So what if you ran into a group of them and surrounded you?
Well,
way worse than the pincushion that you did.
I mean, it worked out in the end.
Life doesn't work out in the end.
Oh yeah, but we're
Yeah,
here
it
now.
does.
We're still here. And if we weren't,
We won.
well, we wouldn't have to worry about it.
And I point to Draxis. Is he still here?
Well,
Back from the road, yeah, like we're in the forest.
Yeah.
Just like,
unforeseen circumstances.
I walk away.
that's appropriate.
Are any of us really even here?
Yes.
Prove it.
I poke him with my wakizashi. Poke you.
See, I can't prove that you aren't just a figment of my imagination. That you aren't just me lying there in the forest, bleeding out somewhere, dying.
Are you
I
saying
could be hallucinating this all. I could be bleeding out, dying, with this elf fuck standing over me, ready to deliver the final blow. And I'm just imagining you poking me with your little stick there.
do you
as
feel
him
pain in your dream?
I never dream.
So how would you know?
No idea. Because your brain does funny things. Your brain leads you down into these fantasies and illusions, all in this greater protection of your psyche and everything.
While they're talking, I'm actually walking over to Draxis, and I'm going to try and patch him up as best I can.
The seldom times that I have dreamt
Make a mess.
crazy wild things. You wouldn't
Crazy
believe it.
things. You wouldn't believe it. Stared into nothingness. and
That's just
stared
the
back.
4.
Stay back.
You have no idea what you're doing. He is riddled with cuts, burns, holes.
Will somebody come help me?
I'll be right there.
I'm gonna start walking, and you're just gonna start floating behind me.
I just lay back down.
That's weird.
Let me know if it gets too fast for you.
Did you? I saw his head get blown up.
Yeah, that was me.
Was it just him? Did you check the rest of the forest?
Should have been just him. He was the.
Should have been, or did you check?
I mean, nothing else is firing at us. So.
That doesn't mean someone else isn't tracking us.
I think this guy trapped the forest pretty damn well, and I'm not really in the state to go wandering into more traps. So
Make sure I don't get shot again. I go blind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using the bat to go through the forest and meticulously check it. Keeping 100 feet close to me, but
what do your bad eyes see up there?
Doesn't look like anything.
trees. Some small ant rodents. Is someone trying to eat my bat?
But it's unreal.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Best you can assume, he was alone.
Can't see anyone. Do you think he set all these traps too?
More than likely. Oh fuck.
Yeah, are you checking for them as you're walking back?
Nope.
Just lets out the loudest sigh possible. Just,
You should be fine. You're in the back.
floating on a bisque.
Yeah. Could you trigger multiple of those at once? And you just all converge at you.
You could. If they were placed within 30 feet of each other, it'd be a horrible trap.
It's hot.
You drop. You
Easy save
drop.
for each one.
You have to make a dex save for every single arrow.
It's a D6 for each one, but still, you get 8 of those on top of somebody.
The Concord only functions with
Fucking
4.
get 6,
Oh well.
5 of them on top of me.
Yeah. 4, but yeah.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Draxis
Draxis is limp, cold, and you're not too sure how to actually fix this.
I'm literally sitting over there with Draxis in my lap, quietly, tears streaming down my eyes.
I might as well do this too. You could give me a couple moments with Draxis. I can help preserve him. I don't know if Gentle Repose makes it an open casket funeral versus a closed casket funeral, but
I mean, you just put a human head back together with gentle repose.
no.
General Repose. General Repose only preserves the body from decaying for 10 days. It does not fix the body.
Doesn't send them to the mortuary barber and gets them all dressed.
No. It doesn't send them to a mortician. It doesn't send them to the funeral home to get fixed up and put in their best suit.
Would I know if Draxis has any sort of trinket or picture or whatever of that resembles family or anything like that on him or in his home?
If you're gonna search him, make a investigation check. Otherwise, make a history check to see if
Don't
you
do
remember
it.
if he had any
Don't.
keepsakes.
Don't pat down your dead cousin. Don't sigh. Shut up.
That's a 10 for history.
As far as you know, he didn't bring anything with him from home. He wanted to leave Cantor and all that whole life behind him. Start anew.
Okay. Then would I know if he's close with his parents or not?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
What's she calling for?
I can't get up.
I see the chat going off, but I'm not seeing
Hello?
anything. Oh,
I can't hear her at all.
well, she's in chat, so.
Let's-
But, sorry, what were you doing?
Would I know if he was close with his
Hello?
parents or not?
Would you like to play?
If you're not feeling up to it, it's okay.
Okay, everyone, mic check. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Should be able to hear Josh. A little closer.
Yes.
As far as you remember, he kind of wasn't. They were more dedicated to their job than him. What you doing?
I am gonna pat down my cousin
Make an
and
investigation
see
check.
if he has like a little trinket necklace on it. That's all.
Okay.
No.
As you're doing it, I chime in. Oh, check if he has any rings too. Those are usually.
I am looking for something to remember him by.
Oh, I thought you were.
No.
Oh, sorry, my
so
mistake.
sorry.
Oh, I thought you were looting. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, I look over and I'm just like, what the hell is happening?
You roll the 1, but I make it more awkward.
Yeah, that was enough.
Yeah. Looking him over, nothing. It's just some severe wounds from head to toe.
Will you stop?
Oh, sorry.
Closer inspection, you see that he's actually missing some of his fingernails too.
Bastards.
Oh my goodness, he was tortured.
Mm.
I don't like it.
Okay, well, we need to give him a burial now.
Wouldn't it be more suiting to... I don't know. That might be racist. Never mind. I don't know. Light him on fire or something like that. Like, is that typical? So sorry. Never mind.
Yes, that's what we actually do.
Oh, go.
At least in my family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just don't turn him over to AO.
I'm not gonna eat him.
I don't know that. This is one of those cases where
Okay.
close personal family or friend
Why would I eat him?
off the menu.
There you go.
Yes.
Congratulations. Pretty
Okay.
sure it would upset her.
Yes.
So
It would upset me if you ate me, even though I'm already dead.
So, can we build like a pyre for him?
The burnt trees that you burnt?
They're still standing.
Oh, yeah, we can harvest them. They're mostly dead anyway. I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant. Work on casting Unseen Servant.
as
10 minutes go by.
you're attempting to, you you actually hear the sound of hoofbeats coming from actually both directions.
Oh boy.
They seem to be guards coming from further down the road and actually coming back up from Freehold.
Oh, good.
They actually get close and they call up. Hold on! What happened here? Why are the redwoods on fire?
We were attacked. That's what happened.
Wait,
Did they set the forest on fire?
Yes, they did.
Why'd they do that?
And he immediately raises from the disc
Why
and just stares straight at you.
Why do highwaymen do anything? Why do vagabonds leave the safety and security of their home city and go out to the wilds to assault the common man?
Depends on their answer.
Why do criminals and villainous scum cavort with the underbellies of society? And
You shut your mouth, you old man.
I'm staring straight at you. I'm gonna not look at the guards. I'm staring straight at you. Terrible. You're terrible. Did they say that? Yes.
from where I'm standing,
You gotta understand, Dracaria just got a warrant lifted on her.
I'm setting something on fire.
She doesn't want another one for my
We're not gonna kill guards.
from where I'm standing, gods are really just the governing force of the occupying governing minority. So you really would just
Shut your mouth or we'll detain you.
For what? For what? For running my god?
For not answering my damn question.
I answered your question. You have more questions?
Why was the forest on fire?
Cause
And what the fuck happened to him?
Because this fucking highwayman elf fucking lit this fucking forest on fire and fucking attacked us and fucking killed my mate here.
Where's the body?
It's in my pack.
The hell are you having me in your pack for?
Because I'm going to torture him later.
I set the forest on fire.
He did not set the forest on fire.
Make a deception check.
I'm going to bring his soul back from whatever that it's been thrown into, whatever elvish
Not very
hell he now resides in, and I'm going
they all know. I
to
just yell
make
it.
his soul
You're-
pay for
you're
the
currently
rest of
wounded.
his eternal
I'm just staring
life.
at her and I just yell it.
You,
Yes.
answer the damn question.
What? I did.
What happened here? Why are the trees on fire?
So I'm still sitting with Draxis in my lap. Well, you want to know the story? So we were leaving Freehold?
Yes.
We were leaving Freehold. We came across my cousin here, who was very wounded, and the next thing you know, he's shot with a bolt through his head from this elf guy who just suddenly starts attacking us. And says
Missing it?
Pull out the
Grab him by the shoulder.
Bring your shoulders out of the bag.
Holy fucking hell!
Put him back.
who then proceeds to set the forest on fire.
He's mine. by the
Make a
way.
deception check on that one.
This fuck is mine. Oh yeah.
12.
I stand up and I walk closest to the head guard because I would know who the head guard would be.
They look to be just simple.
No one's more in charge of the other.
No, they seem to be just watchmen going across the high road.
They're all from Freehold.
Based on their garb, yeah.
Like one.
And then
So that body, you claim to be an elf, shot at your cousin. I am sorry for your loss, and then shot at you, and then lit the forest on fire.
no. I'm not done with my story. So he shot at us, proceeds to light the forest on fire. We obviously had to defend ourselves, and we ended up killing him back. Like, just
He was hidden inside the forest. He was shooting at us from the forest. We went inside to go find him. We could not find him after a minute or two. He seemed to be invisible, being able to blend in with bushes.
You know how sneaky those
So I
are.
proceeded to set bushes on fire to try to draw him out. Fire spreads and it grows. Obviously, it's not lit anymore.
D-
Now, can I make a persuasion
See-
check instead?
You're not persuading. You're telling a
Yes,
lie.
it's true.
You're trying to dissuade the guard from believing a different story that's being told. Because she's saying that the assassin lit the forest on fire. You're saying you lit the forest on fire. You're getting two different stories. This is not kosher.
No, I'm Spartacus. Oh, I know.
All right, you're coming with us. We're gonna take you. We're gonna take you back to the freehold. We're gonna put you under guard. We're gonna investigate you.
They
Will
have
someone here lit our redwoods? This is a nursery. This is on behest of the Queen of Freehold. Someone here is going to prison.
It'd be the dead guy.
We have a quest from the king.
I understand that. You also damaged king property.
It
We're
was the
taking
dead guy.
We're taking you back in. Slap him in irons.
You don't need to detain us, charm person.
Oh my gosh, you're doing fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi right now.
He needs to make a wisdom save. That's in that one. Make a persuasion check with advantage. As the other guards also see you, just like wave your hand.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
20. Not 20.
Nice.
You said you were on mission from the king to where?
Hammer.
Hammer.
You know those crazy things that keep happening in different cities by another group of people?
The grave robbing, the bouts of necromancy.
We've been sent to find them.
And this assassin is another crumb along that trail.
Yeah. Did anybody else notice that he looked like he was trying to capture me?
Oh, yeah, by the way,
No, we're too
does,
busy getting shot at.
this symbol mean anything to you? And I pull out his hide armor.
I cast command.
Oh, shit!
Oh, shit!
Do you have any spells left, Avaria?
No.
Oh
I have a token fury sorcerer spell, so
Oh!
I'm working with right now.
I cast command, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh,
That would have been awesome.
That would have been
Oh,
so
man.
dope.
If you had the spells, I'm sorry, but that would have been so good. I'm so
no.
sorry.
Oh my
we're
god.
coming down off the major battle, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The only one that's not spells is this one.
Oh, I have spells left too.
Really?
I've
Yeah.
got,
Oh shit.
yeah, I've
Level
got
1
two
spells,
more.
but yeah.
Fuck you, you infinite
And my
spell dick.
cantrips.
I got 8 more.
Because if you go further that way, you'll see a whole bunch of vines that did all these cuts all over me. Yeah.
The guards look at the red chest, the symbol that you show.
Sorry, my dog just liked me.
It's called love.
It's called love.
It's just like between my fingers. It was so weird.
Oh.
A lot of the guards look at each other, and you see that they all come to the same realization as to what that insignia means. Well, we won't be detaining you. However, we should take you back to Freehold. You all look in a bit of a mess.
We'll recover on the road.
Yeah. Kind of need to get my cousin to
Yeah.
bury you.
We just need a good night's rest.
If we could requisition any healing supplies from you, that would be nice.
I'm afraid what we have is requisitioned to us. But like I said, we can.
Then we'll take it off your cold dead corpse.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
You really want to be
No,
taking,
no,
you
no,
really
that's
want to
not-
be taking on some
That's
guards.
not what it means.
You really want to be taking on some guards in your condition.
No.
Like, I don't know him.
I've got 5
Oh my
words for you.
And we'll choose the guard side. This will get very fishy.
Where do you plan on holding your burial?
In his potato field. It's a nice open space, no
That wouldn't.
trees or anything to catch fire.
That wouldn't be Draxis, would it?
Yes, it is Draxis.
Damn.
I know, the city's
How do
gonna
you know it?
starve.
My wife knows him. They talk sometimes when I'm not there. I'm on the job. The good friends.
Oh, I bet they do a lot more than talk. Do you say that? No.
Oh my gosh!
I'm...
Start finishing
Yeah, start sharking this!
This is a very tender moment. You're like, I bet they were doing something.
Do you say
Right?
it?
I bet it was
in
someone
front
some
of
kind of
Draxis the
sea.
player, yeah.
Do you just say it in front of
Draxis with his neighbor's wife.
He also gave us some of his bounties when he went to gather when they were ripe in season. So I know him. Damn. Have to tell my wife. She's not gonna be happy. All right. Well, we can't stop you. Do what you can. Do what you need. I'm sorry for your loss. As he's looking at you, assuming that Draxis is your. You said he was your cousin.
Mhm.
All right, boys. Back to your posts. Oh, the guards are like, wait, what? We're okay. As the one that was doing the majority of the talking just flipped his word already.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You get it, he's not a captain, but they at least give him respect.
Okay.
It's not. Sometimes it's not based on rank. It's just based on camaraderie.
I'd be more afraid if they outnumbered him. They'd still be like, "No, we're still taking them in." That's why it was.
Yeah, he's not captain, but he definitely knows the watchman.
Hey, question. You never answered our question.
Well, what question would that be?
What's the insignia?
But that was a rhetorical question.
We know it, and if you were all involved with them, I suggest you watch your backs. The Scarlet Emporium doesn't forget marks that they've missed.
Fuck. Yay!
But the watchmen take off back to where they were.
Well, might as well collect some of the deadwood then.
Yep.
And cast Unseen Servant and have him help me.
I'm just gonna sit next to Draxis. Just hold him. Still silently crying.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything?
I don't know what to do. Yeah, Mari, what do you do?
Thank you.
Just
That
trying
is
to be,
shit.
like, more quiet, especially since I'm like at 3 HP.
Spent as hell.
You know you got health potions.
I got health potions.
I thought everyone had health potions.
I don't have any.
Oh.
I used one.
I know that Nihilus has a lot.
Are you next to me?
Yeah.
I look over. Oh, you look spent. Are you okay?
You look like shit.
I'm like looking at all of the like arrows stuck in my plate armor. I don't think I'm very good right now.
Oh, too bad Gaius is in here.
What?
Could be nice to lay on hands.
Yeah, Gaius would tend to your wounds so fast.
I think guys would do more than that.
Nice little kiss to make everything better.
He was here so he could do more than that.
Well, in the meantime, I'll give you this. And I give you a potion.
Just a regular potion?
I
Just
look,
regular
I
potion.
take it and I'm looking at you like you're a holy angel. Like, I'm like so happy. I immediately use it.
Okay. If you have your dice next to you, you can roll 2d4 plus 2 to heal yourself up.
2d4 plus 2.
Yes, ma'am.
1. 1!
4 hit
Four.
points.
Total of
critical success. Oh wait.
Double ones. What? Still better than your fucking nat 20s. Fucking disadvantage.
Yeah,
I still can't
Oh
believe
my god,
that.
that's crazy.
What's more, what would be more shocking? Nat 20s at double nat 20s at disadvantage, or double nat ones with
the side.
Same odds, but
advantage? What's more shocking?
yeah,
You know what's the most shocking was when Noda was DM and he fucking rolled a coup de grace.
yeah, fucking 3 20s in a row. Yeah.
Fuck you.
I'm just like, was that when you were falling out of the sky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That has to deal with the thing I sent you, by the way. They found you.
Okay. Ao, is there
Body
anything
fell
you
into
wish to
the
do?
ocean.
I go into the forest.
Okay.
I'm
what are you
going
doing in the
to
forest?
search for traps and try to disable them.
Make an investigation check.
Depending on how well you roll, you find some. Depending on how bad you roll, you also find some.
You do find the remnants of some of the arrow traps that were set up, but it seems like nothing more than the bolts stabbed into the ground, and then they seem to just take off at the target that stepped within range.
Alright, so there's not installed like.
No crossbows.
No, I'm fine with that. I want to disable the rest of the traps, so it's like I want to help whoever's coming in, so I'm trying to find the rest of them and disable.
Looks like there's nothing left. Trap wise, a little bit further into the tree line, past where he was initially staying, you do see a small pool of blood and a blood-stained tree.
So this is where I tortured.
Yeah, maybe we were tortured. So like the word elvish bungalow comes to mind, like a bivouac, kind of like
Like a tree fort.
treehouse.
No. This is more like on at ground level.
Fucking savage. I like the little corgi there for a second. What was that?
Yeah, if when you're using
Scrolling fast.
scrolling at least through consoles or apps, you have
Oh,
a little corgi that just walks along the screen. Yeah, I found that kind of adorable. So it's really kind of funny when you're just stringing along trying to watch something. But you assume that what you have found is probably where Draxis was tortured for the night.
Fuck, dude.
I took a seat next to the scene, like up, but like back against a tree. I sat there for a while.
Jakaria,
Mm-hmm.
the whole time you're holding Draxis, you're the only one that really seems to see this. You see this tiny purple little gaseous orb. You okay?
Mhm.
You gonna take something to wake up?
Eventually.
You want to turn the AC off?
Mm-hmm.
It's either she's cold or she's hot, and it's never the balance.
Oh, hot and you're cold. Yes, and
But it's this little purple, similar to when you found Clovis, when you spotted his soul. That one was filled with rage. This one just seems to be filled with sadness. And it seems to repeat the same word over and over every few seconds of sorry, and it just repeats.
Sorry, why are you sorry? It's not your fault.
I'm crying.
Pobrecita.
But you finish your unseen servant, and you spend the little bit of time trying to gather up as much desiccated and dried wood as you can, and kindling. But you manage to gather up a bit, enough to at least do a menial Viking funeral, if that's what you wish.
Um, yeah, wait till Jakaria is ready. When you when you when you finish with your moment.
Varia is gonna go up to Jakaria and just like pat her shoulder.
He was family. I am blankly staring off into space right now, just holding him. Like,
Sounds appropriate. So,
Avaria's just gonna be there to console her.
we'll say for the next few hours, you simply wait until Dracaria is stable enough to actually get on and move on to the funeral. You make your way begrudgingly and disheartened back to his potato plot, and you find sort of where he had a scarecrow set up, a bit makeshift, but it was at least sparse enough. You set up your wood, you dress Draxis, you try and make him as presentable as you can. You lay him on the wood, and Dracaria, being the sole member of his family left, set the wood on fire as it slowly grows from the kindling up to the larger branches and sections of wood engulfing him in flame.
May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. May joy and peace surround you, contentment latch your door, and happiness be with you, now and bless you evermore.
I can't focus my eyes right now, so like if that's the only thing that's out of whack, I'm fine.
You notice, aside from Dracaria, as she's more engrossed into the view in front of her, there's a heat, but it's not growing from the pyre. It's actually coming from Dracaria. It's growing hotter and hotter as she herself is actually beginning to glow and give off this bright red energy jet coming off of her own coming off of her. Dracaria. In the fire, you see Draxis. You see that little wisp of soul as it goes from that dark purple to a little brighter color as it fades away in the smoke. But then you see a face, a very familiar face, the one that you had in that dream before. And the only thing it says echoes in your mind. Rage.
Did anyone get ale from the forest?
Yes. If you wish to. I mean, it took a couple hours.
You saying yes is like who got what? Went inside the forest and found ale?
I've been.
I
collecting
assumed we
fire
like
right
went
now.
through the forest to grab AO and then go to the potato farm, but that was just me.
Because otherwise, yeah, it's like ale was just in the forest alone at this point, and everyone like walked 2 hours back. And he's like,
I was
where the
collecting
fuck did everyone go?
firewood for a while, and then I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
hey, we're gonna be starting.
You were near the redwood trees for at least 3 to 3.5 hours, just waiting for Dracarys to get the will to get up. But by this point, it's now getting closer to dusk. You, Nihilus, are actually attuned now, as your intelligence goes up to 19.
I just draw a line down from the 0 on the head. This is now a 9. Thank you.
Your modifier is a +4, so be sure to keep track of that.
And
Donk!
skills.
It's
And
good thing
skills.
and all your intelligence skills goes up by 4.
I have to do that when I did.
Just like all my skills. I'm trying to be smart, but not actually succeeding. Now I actually have the magic to
And I was a wizard, so I got
balance it out.
So
This is funny.
But dusk is arriving. What do you wish to do?
is the fire still going, or is it almost out?
At this point in time, it's getting near the end of its time. Most fire funerals take about an hour to burn through.
I think at which point Jakari is going to drop to her knees and just scream into her hands.
Your voice, although muffled, seems to
Actually,
echo
yes.
and carry through the dusk wind.
I don't have 10 minutes to cast silence on her.
You're an ass.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
She would scream for 10
Can you
minutes
grieve
without
in
me.
peace? By yourself, thank you. There's silence around myself then.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He didn't have any other family or friends, did he? Anyone who could take over the farm?
Who are you talking to?
Anybody?
Are you talking as Nihilus?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming she was the only family he had that's close. I know they talked about their other family members, but I don't think they're here.
Yeah, nobody's here with him.
The gods will inform the bureaucracy. The king will know. The king will know what to do. He'll make sure that his estate is taken care of.
What do you mean taken care of?
It means divide it out between them. They're going to sell off his land.
Why would they sell off his land?
Because no one owns it at this point.
Well, I'm his family though.
Are you going to stay here and take care of it?
No.
Then at this point, the least they can do for you is offer you a portion of the proceeds.
My family was farm hands. I do know how to tend a farm.
Well, the farmer.
I don't want her to lose another piece of her family.
At least this way. guess it stays within Tinted hands.
You could own ownership.
Mm-hmm.
How do we want to do this? Do you want to go back to Freehold now, or once we finish our business in Hammer?
What would you like?
I want to go back to Freehold and talk to the king.
Should probably wait till the next day.
I don't feel comfortable camping near around where we're down last night. It's just me. I don't
I
know.
think we're closest to Drax's house than anything.
Maybe we should just push through the night.
Okay.
We went back to his potato field. Remember? So we're close to Drax's house.
No, his house is in the city. His field is outside of the city.
But his house is on the outer ring of the city.
Yeah. So we'll push through the night to his house.
Oh, that's what I meant. That's what you meant. I was like, why are we gonna go all the way to Hammer tonight?
Yeah.
It's not even.
I mean,
it's
I
not
don't
even.
mind.
It's not even a day journey.
Yeah.
You're gonna be traveling for like the next 2 weeks to get to Hammer.
So yeah, back to his house.
Barely left then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like, I don't want to go back to Freehold. We just left.
Yeah, you just left,
It
and
can't be
and-
like.
you could see the Devil's Crag just coming out of Freehold.
Oh yeah.
Like you were only like a couple hours outside of the city,
Yeah. Let's go back to Drax's house.
but you have a long way to go to get to Hammer.
I'm gonna collect his ashes.
So it's like
Not to cast jumping repose on these at least.
Oh yeah, we barely. Yeah, we were 2 hours out or something.
something like that. But you make your way
We were ambushed before, dude. Yeah.
back into Freehold in broad daylight. You get your way back to Freehold. You set yourself up back at Draxis' house. It's strangely empty now.
Well,
Not empty as in furniture, but
Silence the
Feeling.
the feeling the owner is gone.
I proceed to start making potato soup.
Too soon.
That's what are you talking about? That's my comfort meal.
What?
I just go and sit in front of the fire. If it's not lit, then I light it.
Okay.
To inform the king.
You're what? What?
And inform the king.
This late?
It's about dusk, so it'll take you about 2.5 hours to make your way back up to the castle. Have you swiped? Wow, that's weird.
Don't know.
Um,
Hello? Okay, there you are. Hello.
that was weird.
I got disconnected.
I'm sorry.
So Nihilus, you're heading off. Lucaria, you're waiting on. Ao, you're making some dinner.
You.
Avaria, would you like to do anything?
Eat dinner.
Oh yes.
There you go. That's what I was like.
Yeah.
Mind mesh.
Mind meld.
I try to learn how to cook from you.
Okay.
Cooking lessons with AO.
This is how we cook potatoes.
Where's
See-
the lamb sauce?
Where's the lamb sauce? It's rotten!
This chicken is so raw, it could still cross the street.
There's so much oil on this plate, the US is gonna invade it!
Man, you guys have a lot of food jokes.
What-
I don't have any.
What are you? What are you?
I'm an idiot sandwich! That's fucking right!
That's right.
Okay, whatever. Calm down.
I literally named my Google Assistant that I have in my kitchen Gordon Ramsay. He tells me how to cook.
Surprisingly, Avaria has no idea how to cook.
Yeah, I found that out earlier with the breakfast.
Yeah, no idea.
I get her to chop potatoes.
And poor Gaius.
It's a little haphazard and a little slapdash. She doesn't exactly know how to. She can wield a knife, not in that kind of way.
How many meals do you think Gaius had to sit through? How to suffer through on the road with her?
I mean, she was rich, so I don't think she cooked a lot.
I've got a little bit more respect for guys putting up with her cooking.
I don't blame
Guys cooked everything.
Yeah. You made that pretty
Makes
obvious.
sense. That makes sense. I like to tell you, chop the potatoes in squares. Just tiny squares.
How tiny?
Small enough for your mouth.
I chop just the ends off and like make a square.
You're
and
like
it's,
bite
pretty
sized.
big. Like
It's like a
open your
brick.
mouth, open it for it to fit.
Like,
This?
can you shove that in your mouth?
Yes,
Please do.
Proceeds to.
I do.
Now, can you chew it?
Not bad as I tried chewing. And that tastes good.
I didn't think you were actually going to eat that. You're supposed to chop it smaller and then cook it.
Just imagine this is like a slice of life anime.
It was like, I just like take the square out of your mouth.
Now can you
The
chew?
big cube. I proceed to show you how to cut like one potato, and then I leave the rest to you.
Okay, perfect.
Like, this is how you do it. Chop, 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 chop. Like this.
Oh.
You good?
Chop, 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 chop. I tried.
Roll for cutting potato.
Look at my potato. Is it good? Did I cut it well?
Yes, those are better.
I'm very proud of my triangles.
Ask for
better.
squares.
I just go with it at this point. I'm like, good job, yes.
Triangles
Oh.
triangles into squares? Yes.
Proceed to put it in a pot.
Her intelligence is still low, okay, guys?
Like, go over step by step, put it in pot, add water, boil, add seasonings. Tired puppy.
But in that lighthearted comedic timing, Nihilus, you managed to make your way back up to the crystal shelf, and try and get yourself into the castle as you're met by two guards.
Early as fuck now.
It's about like 8, 9 o'clock at night.
I've
So
got
it's
a,
definitely nighttime.
got a message for the king.
And now, what speaking?
Death of an important citizen.
Make it quick. The king's had a tiring day.
So have I. And I walk past.
They actually take notice of your wounds, like, oh god, what happened to him?
He has holes all through.
You
You're putting a
don't look
blanket
so
on?
well.
Oh,
She's trying to get comfy because now she's hot.
sounds like he's hot balls right now. How do you put a blanket on right now?
Because I do.
No, not okay. You gotta bake a potato yourself. I'm gonna bake.
Strangely enough, as you make your way on through the castle, with the sunlight not being present, it's a strange, almost marine kind of scene where the moonlight is casting itself through the crystalline marble walls and floor. You know you're standing on solid earth, but you're almost in an aquarium. It's really trippy. But you do see some sconces of torchlight every so often, and into the main hall, where the king is talking with his queen. He's not on his throne. They seem to be just finishing up as they notice you. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting anybody else today. How can I help? I know, Nihilus. What happened to you?
Like so soon. We got ambushed just outside the road. Scarlet Emporium killed our buddy Draxis. We're not very happy.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Do you need anything else from me?
Do you need anything?
I'm it's healing, but I was going to do that on my own time. Just thought you guys should know. Have a nice night.
Did Draxis have family?
Dracaria, she's with me.
Let's see.
If it looks like we'll be holding on to his estate for the meantime. If anything changes, Aeonius will let you know. How the fuck do you know my real name? I was there.
I'll be sure to write a decree tomorrow saying that his plot of land as well as his house to be tended for. No looters, hopefully. Some people can get desperate sometimes. Take care of yourself. Thank you for coming to tell us.
Yep. Anyone that has a elf problem, I usually like to let them know.
You can see there's a small shift.
A little bit of confusion. Yeah, like
Not
wait a
so much
second.
confusion, but more so irritation.
You do realize that Queen is a half elf, right? Yeah. I do. Fully.
Yeah, Anastasia kind of took the punch, but then walked with it.
Dick. Or, I showed them the hide armor and everything. Yeah, we're still arranging things around here.
We can turn the air back on.
No.
You're gonna fall asleep.
Or
I would rather, yeah. If you're in the game, I'm in the game. I can just be toasty.
we'll send you
Lead
a
the way.
message when the rest of our dealings are done.
Touch my stomach.
Okay.
Have a lovely night. Hello. Hello.
Sorry, that was my boyfriend answering a phone call.
I just wanted to respond.
It's like, wait, is he joining the game? Oh boy!
Now we have a voice actor for
Oh
guys.
my god.
Hey, you can play Gaius. I can give him the
love
character
none
sheet.
of you missed a beat. Hello?
Hello.
Did you hear what Josh said?
No, what did he say?
If he's willing to play, I can give him Gaius' character sheet.
Oh my god.
So then it'd actually be real world
Boyfriend
working.
In real life is mean to me. He'd never be romantic.
Shut
Well-
up, babe. Let's go.
Well, let it be practice then for the future.
I want 2 boyfriends, okay?
Polyamorous.
Imagine
All
everyone.
right.
I want my fake boyfriend.
My fake boyfriend
I want
loves
my
me
fake
more.
boyfriend and my real boyfriend to be separate.
There you go, my life.
Okay. But Gaius, you or not. There's so many ahs and oohs in this game.
This is.
Nihilus, you make your way back down over the next couple of hours. Dracaria, Ao, and Avaria have the dice tower.
It's pretty cool.
Have finished up dinner, and you're currently waiting up.
I'm still sitting in front of the fire.
Mm-hmm. It's currently smoldering.
I silently try to give you some potato soup, but I noticed no big reaction. I just leave it there.
It's really loud.
Yeah, it is. It's not.
Unless you eventually show up at about 10 or so at night.
I left soup on the table, but I am passed out.
Press the dissertation to warm it. Press the dissertation to add pepper to it. Hey. Magical spices.
Man, that must be useful.
But,
For anything that doesn't do damage, press the dissertation.
mhm.
I basically fell asleep
Or
in front of
thermometer.
the fire.
Yep.
basically what I did.
Kind of on point right now.
I use unseen servant to carry you to bed. I can't do it myself.
No, you can't. You could try and pull an AO and make a strength check, but I don't know how that would work.
-1, yeah, no.
Because technically she's only 120, but with her gear, she's at least 150.
I can try instead. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
This unseen servant knows how to do it.
But with Unseen Servant, you get her to bed.
Plus, it's not as creepy if she wakes up in the middle. They're like, oh yeah, sorry. Just
Sorry.
But Ao's asleep. Avaria fell asleep along with it. Dracaria's out cold, and you're sitting up. Are you gonna try and take a long rest, or are you just gonna and stay up all night, or actually sleep?
You have
Nah.
options.
I'm gonna play some alarms outside and then read my book in the main room by the fire.
Okay. So curiously, I was expecting that to happen at some point.
I wake up early as shit.
Now, as you were sitting there reading your book,
Mm.
you feel a strange presence.
My alarms haven't gone off.
New.
Excellent. I prepared myself.
Oh man.
It's not threatening.
It's like when you realize you're about to lucid dream. You're like, oh, it's time.
You've gotten used to the displacement of time when going into your book. This time, they have come to you. But it's the old you.
Mm.
There's still sounds outside of crickets. There's that segmented crackling coming from the fireplace,
Do you mean old you as in young nihilist or like old nihilist?
like older nihilists.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
How long have you been waiting here?
I just go ahead.
Hmm.
You're not looking so good.
Got some things on my mind. The usual nothingness is rattling around with something. I've never really formed these attachments before. I've never had people I would call friends, I guess. Nick Dick, Draxis. Usually when people die, I can let go of them, can easily let it move on as, the rest of life. But these two, they're sticking with me. It's starting to bother me.
It's not easy.
I suppose it never is. I doubt it would be easy if any of these folks would lose me along the way. But I suppose that's just something you get used to along after enough times.
Mm.
Or maybe it's something you never do, depending on the person, depending on the connection.
You'd be surprised. I nearly died once.
It's happened to me at least more than once, I'd say. It's
I
weird.
mean, actually dying.
Oh, not just the close scrapes I've been getting into. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, no.
Fair enough.
I
Well,
was
something
managed to be brought back.
I look forward to. You ever seen Nick Dick again?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I actually
That's what I
don't know
thought.
this Draxis.
Interesting. Curious, very curious.
I don't know this AO, too. Seems your path is a lot different than mine at this point.
Perhaps. That's the only thing to, the future. You just gotta keep on walking the path. Gotta keep on seeing where it leads you.
I know it's rich coming from me. I am you, after all. Our cynicism hasn't exactly changed much. But what I can tell you from what I've learned and how I've lived is that people will go and come and die and live and not live. It's best to cherish what you have and to be sure to never forget them.
Isn't that the truth?
So I understand you're tired, you're scared.
I wouldn't say scared.
You're scared of having more loss.
No.
These emotions you're feeling. You've made bonds, and they're gone. Don't let that get in your own way.
I don't think the fear of loss would hurt anymore. I feel like I just feel the same as this. And I'm already dealing with this as best as I can, so any future grievances are going to basically feel the same. I can move on. I've got this figured out.
Just remember, your friends are there to help you. Don't ever be afraid to ask. You'll have to lean on them one day. Maybe one day soon.
In the same way a hammer is helpful, or in the way a dog is helpful. We shall see.
Rest up, Niles. You have a long journey ahead of you. And he fades away.
Many miles to go. If anyone's awake, I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, I'm awake now.
Yeah.
As long as it's like 3 in the morning, I'm just like, whoa, alright, Liz.
You're hearing a lot of this one-sided conversation.
Yo,
What do you want? What are you doing on?
well, who are you talking to?
You. I'm talking to you right now.
You were having a
I'm talking to you
conversation.
right now. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, right now, but
Right now.
before.
Yeah. What? No. Yeah. Right.
No,
I'm
Nihilus,
still
damn
talking
it! No,
Still talking to you.
fuck this. Just leave. I go out and I start plowing fields. Yes, farmers
Make a
make
nature check.
Nature.
Hmm.
12.
It's been a while.
It's a lot more strength than I used to put in.
It's you're more used to using your body in the way of movement, not so much using your body in the way of effort.
That sounds right.
But the methods and the techniques that you learned are still there, and they come to you a little rusty, but you think you can manage your way through. But the rest of the night passes. The early sun rises. There are some roosters cawing in the morning.
Oh my gosh, can I make an intelligence check right now?
For what?
I'm gonna use my fucking Clydesdale.
As a plow?
Yes.
My fucking Clydesdale.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh, that's not the right dice. Ooh. 19. Whoa.
It's not quite suited to be a plow horse, but you assume you can get the right adjustment for it.
I coax her through it.
The plow is more set for like donkey size, more so than Clydesdale.
Yeah, she's way bigger.
But the morning comes. What do you wish to do?
Is there any potato soup left?
There's some.
I'm going to use prestidigitation to
I was waiting for it.
reheat it, change it a different color, and make it a different taste and texture. So yeah, it's still potato soup, but it doesn't taste or look like potato soup.
Now it's broccoli and cheddar soup.
Yes.
Oh my god.
With potatoes.
With chunks of potato. But it tastes like broccoli.
Well, hey. You made something else that should remind you of you. Yeah, you're dead because...
Oh my gosh, you're the worst person.
Yep.
I love it.
Oh.
Does not know how to handle death.
Nope.
This should not remind you of your dead cousin.
I just did it. Sorry.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, bad. Here, just eat this.
There we go.
Here you go. Very nice.
Real nice.
Very nice. Nice and warm.
It's creamy.
It's creamy, but only
Cheesy.
imagination.
And it doesn't have any holes in it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Terrible. Terrible.
Ooh, too soon? Oh, I'm sorry.
Speaking from a pincushion.
Oh. I should have died too.
Yeah, right over there.
I keep moving. It keeps me. It allows me to listen, but like.
Again, do you want something to drink?
Drink that sweet tea, girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
You like an energy drink?
sure. Don't care which
But
one.
I think this is going to be a good time for a quick break. We'll be back here in a couple minutes. Stretch our legs, maybe eat some more, have a small discussion, and then we'll get back into it. So sit tight, everybody. Sorry about that. We were having some discussions. Some gritty, real world discussions.
What are you doing, woman?
She's sniffing the snake.
She smells rat excrement.
I'm interested to see like what your snake does though. And she's nowhere near it.
No.
But
She smells it. So the morning comes.
she's
You are all well rested. You are all currently attuned to your items.
Yes.
What do you wish to do?
I'm curled in bed, holding a pillow.
You stay in bed all day. Makes sense.
Well, I talked to the king. The king should
Do you like into the room?
handle things on his own accord.
Well, you're awake.
Are you telling me
I-
this? Me this? Okay.
I'm trying to get into the routine. So like I spend the next 10 hours like farming.
No one will try to claim the house or the land. Should be owned in the family.
Okay.
We might get some guards or a dignitary or some sort of messenger giving us paperwork or something. I don't know. Probably today, maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
You must be happy.
Is there anything you want to take from here, to get from here, to do anything else here in Freehold, or?
No.
I'm kind of keen on leaving.
Yeah, we should get going.
I don't want to draw too much unwanted attention at this point.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
Oh, and you might want to get used to me using some different faces.
That perks her attention. What?
I'm feeling like we're getting too recognizable at this point, and so I'm going to be using magic to disguise myself.
Okay, well, what about me?
Well, you figure that out. I don't know how to cast it on you. It's disguise self, not disguise other person.
I guess that makes sense. Just let me know it's you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll know. You'll know.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
You have a creepy mustache.
I'll make a note in your head.
Okay.
That's not
It's
Yeah.
Hey. Hey. Oh my gosh, I stole this one.
Okay. It's time to get up.
What time do you get up? How many hours do you spend in bed?
This nihilist just addressing you while you're in bed still.
Yeah. No. Not long. Just like shortly after Nihilus leaves. Probably.
Okay.
So, get up. And for everybody, my hair is usually down. I pull my hair up.
Getting all serious now.
It's like Pokemon. Then flip the hat back.
Flip that.
Pull up the head.
Okay. So you gather yourselves up. Avaria is getting ready and set to go. Yeah?
I'm technically in the field right now.
Yep.
So until they come get me, I'm just plowing.
You're on the way to Freehold.
Yep.
So,
You're right
I'm
now.
outside the city, yeah.
Gather your stuff, you set on out, and you actually make your way out through the main gate, down the main road, where you notice that Ao is currently tending to the fields. Based on how he looks, he seems to have been doing this all morning.
I'm tired.
you
I have
missed
my
a
shirt
spot.
off.
You missed a spot.
Nihilus, stop it.
He's just staring at you with a blank face, just like, I'm half dead.
I come over to you and give you a hug.
I am super sweaty.
I don't care.
Are you doing okay?
I'll be better.
Did you guys talk to the king?
I listed.
No one
What's
should
happening?
come to claim the land or the house or anything like that. We should begin.
That's good to hear.
They'll come with a proclamation or a deed or something. Will be should be good.
So you don't have the deed?
Not yet. It was like evening when I got it. But drawing it up, they're writing it. They'll come
Like,
around.
see that you guys are all packed up. Like, are you guys leaving?
Yeah, we need to get back to Freehold actually. Or, out of Freehold, back to Hammer.
Then who's gonna accept the deed?
Might be you. I thought.
Is that what you wish?
I don't know.
I don't want all his work to go to waste. I like look around at the field.
You seem to be the only person that's able to pick it up.
Okay.
What is your wish for this field?
It shouldn't go to waste.
I'll make you an offer. If you promise not to set any more buildings or forests on fire.
Come on, make it realistic.
Right?
I will tend Draxis' fields. And I will wait for your return.
I can't promise that.
Promise that you won't set things on fire, or promise that you can't return.
Promise that I can't set and that I won't set things on fire.
Set the right things on fire. Remember, life goes around you. Don't destroy it. You
I know.
taught me to cherish life.
Okay.
Oh, I'll keep it on that.
What?
I'll keep it on that.
We will keep an eye on it.
Yes, yes.
I like tap your necklace that I gave you. I will make sure your family names
Can I
are
make an
strong and true.
Arcana check to try to bridge a permanent psychic link between Jakari and Hale? Try and be the medium, the conduit to forge this psychic link. Similar in the way that I do it normally every day, but this a little bit more concentrated effort. Like, hey, this way you can always.
You can
talk
try,
to
but the DC is going to be high for it.
Yeah.
It's
I was like, you can try.
it's looking to be a little bit out of your current realm. It's not something you've attempted.
Like, in theory, I would think that this is possible.
Dice gods
With
have answered.
my new buffed intelligence, 22.
Being an idiot, the intermediary at a constant rate would be too exhausting for you. They would need to form the bond themselves.
I'm going to then temporarily, while I can afford that concentration, afford to do that thing, I'm going to let them kind of meld minds together. Like, hey, you guys can hear each other's thoughts. I'm gonna try my best not to listen.
Try my best not to.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the middle here, but this is an intimate moment for you guys. Have fun.
Make a wisdom save for me.
Yeah. Woo. 24.
Wow.
Rolled a 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
The second that you connect this psychic link, you're overcome with emotions
Oh, fuck, not these.
of rage, of sorrow, of fury,
And fear.
of stagnation, of incompetence, and strangely of loneliness.
Who's lonely?
But you're able to maintain your wherewithal and not be overcome and fracture your own mind.
These aren't my emotions. Nope.
But there is a temporary link, at least established through you, between Dracaria and Ao. You do have a throbbing headache, though.
As soon as I do that, I'm just going to start screaming my mind. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Yes, I do. Trying out any sort of thing.
Since we're mind melded, you see memories of Ao's past life of like his mother waiting at home for her husband, and so she would be tending the fields, and he's reminiscing that of the opposite exchange, of that he's tending fields for you, waiting for your return to get back safe. So he wanted to keep those feelings alive and keep that memory fresh in his head, and he's just imagining the world in a different perspective. He's also afraid of loss. He started growing closer to these people, and now he's scared if he connects with you guys anymore, that he might go to a darker place if he ever did lose you guys. So fear, pain, loss, loneliness, but hope. That's the emotions that are going through his brain. Your brain time.
My brain time? I don't have brain time. Like
Fire, burn, rage, kill.
Oh, what the hell?
What the fuck?
Yeah, literally all going through your head is fire, burn, ah!
Oh my god, lovely bunch of coconuts. That will make you rich.
In my mind, let's see here. You. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
How would she be feeling right now?
She's okay. So she's still feeling sad, angry, pissed off, irritated.
Revenge?
Ish, yeah. Lot of remorse, some regret. We can turn on the air.
No, you good. I'm just doing this consistently so I can get a nice flow.
And you see a flashback of scene with her and
Never realized how old that was.
Draxis as kids.
You're old as fuck.
One of her favorite memories, they were just playing sticks and stones in like a canter.
That's your home.
In like a little man-made creek around that area. So
He cherishes your memory of that because he hasn't had memories of a fun childhood.
Oh, family.
I was 8 years old when I lost my family.
Yeah.
oh my
Fucking
gosh.
edgelord.
I had to live my life on my own.
I'm so ready.
When you said that, like my family was eaten by a demon, and I kind of stashed myself and wishing, like, you went edgelord route.
Yeah.
Let's see how this goes.
Never have before. I was trying something new. It's just everything inside of me is like, stop it. Stop it.
I've got one blaring negative quality with the redemption arc. Well, maybe two, but
Everyone,
that one's not getting redeemed. He's still gonna be an asshole.
everyone has their own kind of arc that can lead to character growth. Ao has his, but we're shifting. characters. So
Nihilus is always going to be abrasive. He's always going to be mean and be a little bit nasty.
The thing
Well, at
is,
least
like,
he can accept other races.
so
That's his ultimate
guy. Which, first off, you said 4. First 2 weren't my fault. Bag of holding and self-sacrifice. So I guess
it's still your fourth character.
Um,
Just like it's Morgana's fourth or Mariana's fourth character with Avaria.
Oh, my third. Yeah.
Technically second.
No, because Wickbox 6 sucked driving and shit.
no, not in his campaign though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Forgot about that.
Which one pops in?
I think Nux is going to be interesting. Giving a little bit more lore into my game.
Okay. I'm working on that. Symbiotic
I have
form
all, and
seems
I
like-
have most of it written down as it is.
Okay, done.
So, Takara just gives you a hug.
I squeeze you tighter than I ever have before.
He tries to.
Yeah, because
I tried.
Because you're
You
exhausted.
squeeze him tighter.
That was the
So like,
campaign.
oh, you're stronger than me.
That was the campaign with Thumbland. I forgot.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Who is still alive?
He's still alive.
He was the first character I got. And he still lived.
Dude, both of my characters I made for that campaign fucking died.
Dude.
I mean, seriously, Thumbland just literally looked back at everybody and just went, "Fucking be quiet and fucking stay still."
What? What do you mean?
Wait, what do you mean? Light. Oh god damn it! Fucking run. That is the thing. You can fucking run in encounters. I'm not disallowing it. If something's too strong, run the fuck away. But
You cannot escape a trainer battle.
uh,
Not a fun.
This is a gym
the
battle.
three of you
can't run.
take your leave. Isaiah watches on tentatively, with patience and a mild pang of sadness, as he actually got pretty close to all of you in a relatively short time.
The last thing you hear in your main brain before it finishes melding is, "I'll miss you."
I'll miss you too. And I actually said that out loud.
But you set on down back into the high road. For the next couple of hours.
Oh, and then you also hear, don't forget to live.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm in the middle of the field, so what's that fucking dude comes back? It's the one fear I have.
But you make your way past the redwoods after a couple of hours. There's still that sensation of near death and frustration and loss as you make your way past. But you pass the nursery and the beginning of the Devil's Crag comes into view as this steep canyon wall presents itself just about 100 yards away from the high road as it just drops off into this large expanse of multicolored stone walls and cliff sides. And off to the east, you see that similar, familiar fog bank peering out from the small set of trees in the distance from the Soulwood.
Well, that looks steep and dangerous, and that looks creepy and dangerous. Which way are we going?
You gotta get the voice down.
Still
There's
going
one
south.
dude that I found online that I like about his voice, and I'm like, I'm using this.
South the Hammer?
Did we want to go directly to Helma, or did we want to check out that town by the Soulwood first?
Well,
What was it called? Oh no, yeah, we're not on the way to that. Never mind. Yeah, down to Cantor then.
alright, down the Hammer. Well,
So
let's make a stop at my hometown.
Yeah,
So
Cantor,
it's
yeah.
closer.
yeah, the main high road takes you south through Cantor, and then a little back south through the Corner Peaks, which is a wide expanse of a mountain range that tapers off from Bannon Spire, that then circles around into Hammer. You could take that route. It will take you 2 weeks. There is trailblazing as you branch off to the east to try and circle around the eastern side of the mountain. But it's a little untamed and not a lot of people travel that way.
Probably, yeah, not suited to our cart either. We'd have to abandon the cart if we wanted to rough it.
I don't want to abandon the cart. It's a
Oh,
nice
I
cart.
don't want to abandon the cart either. I like
Second
sitting.
cart.
The cart allows me to
Third
read.
cart, actually.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
The cart allows me to read while we travel. I really like it.
Do you want me to roughly?
For what?
Stats.
For help?
Yes. Stats, he's already given me the pointer. Yeah.
I use the pointer rate just to make things simple. If we were doing something like a drastic or a one-shot, I'll do RNG. But for this, it just makes things simple. And the fact it gives you guys a little bit more of a power boost. Instead of going the 15, 14, 13 route, I give you the 16, 15, 14 route.
I've been introduced to a new system. 44 plus 4.
What?
44 plus 4.
On every single one?
On every single one. So it's a maximum of 20. But averaging is still pretty high. Or
Even if you roll all fours, you still get like an 8.
That's actually kind of a cool system.
Can definitely make you a little bit more plain, but you don't have any drastics like a 3.
It's more. It averages into like 12 and 14.
Which is pretty basic.
And then another one.
6 cantrips.
4 from sorcerer, 2 from artificer,
Yep. And
Five.
then
3 first level spell slots.
with 6 spells in total. Yep, sounds about right.
So you.
Shield of Faith is interesting. Is that an artificer spell?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Right.
another one, you roll 6 times.
Stats. Okay. Yes. That would be average health, but I can roll for that if you roll for that. Okay.
4
I
d10s,
can't
a
roleplay
d8,
with
and a
nobody.
d6.
was actually
Roll
really
first
looking
level, that'd be.
Huh?
It's,
What,
it's
roleplay?
3d10s.
Yeah.
You're role playing.
You roll normally 46, dropping the lowest 6 times. But 6 times there, and you make a 6x6 grid. And then you can choose any row or any column of that.
That's gross.
So it's. You can.
That literally means you can have 18s if you roll good enough.
And if they're all within that
Three-
same
three
column.
turns, 'cause I take the
But you have to take them as
first
is.
fighter. First level, I get max health, right?
Yeah, add plus your constitution.
Yeah,
So 13 is. So 13, and then add 3d10s, d8, and d6.
So you take your 3d6 and you write those 6 stats down in the line.
Mhm.
Roll them again 6 more times and bring those numbers. Again. So you can then choose one of those straight lines that you did, or you can then go any line across the middle. Or I'd say like a diagonal even too at that point. You can do either one of the diagonals and just more variation.
More variation, but still there's a chance that you get god rolls.
Oh yeah, and you can. I feel like it's randomized enough to where the odds of you getting 18s in every single row or column are going to be astronomical. And if you roll that, fucking take it. Like, the universe is speaking to you right there. Roll your fucking monk hybrid paladin with
Oh man.
whatever fucking thing you need. Like you need
Massive
4
sorcery.
viable stats in order to make yourself a good character. Here you go.
So as you're trotting along, the morning sun coming up from the east, there's a nice little cross breeze coming across the canyon. Strangely, Nihilus, although you hear the wind, you hear something a little concerning. You hear the growls of dragons, but only just faintly. You look, and there's no visual of them. Not in the canyon, not above the canyon, not above you.
Any dragon sign?
Nothing around you.
Okay. I'll let everybody else know. Hey, remember Remember them being, speaking of dragons around here? Definitely starting to pick up on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
didn't those dragonborns in the bathhouse say there's dragons out here?
Yeah, but I thought they were kidding. So,
Why would they kid about that? They're dragons. They don't kid about dragons.
Take that one way over the fucking one.
I don't know, legends
the
and all
first
that.
one, I was like, why?
I've never
Why is
actually
the world
seen a
being
dragon.
made?
I've only read about this.
So 13.
I'm not an ass. I don't go with ones on health. That's horrible.
Thank you. I was like on AO, I rolled like 2-3 times.
I think there's like a skill or a feat you can take that allows you to reroll 1s and 2s on health.
I think that's like something has to do with resting. I know that there is.
I think it's a life domain cleric.
Nice perks.
Just so you can see. And then 3.
I think it's a life domain cleric. When healing,
Nice.
you reroll
Nice.
1s and 2s.
Oh, nope, not 901. Plus 13.
Yeah. The more I think about it now, I'm sure.
And a 2.
That's fine. Because that's more than what the average was.
It's good health. So let that be a lesson. If you plan on being melee, have your health up.
Thanks.
Other than that, nothing really goes on. Every so often, there's this faint growl of or roar that travels along the wind.
More dragons?
Yeah.
Oh, I might show you guys that soon, but maybe not. Let's see.
I don't like that.
Some hours pass by. Comes up to be about late afternoon. Throughout this time, you've seen a couple of carts pass by you on the high road. Mostly seem to be guards. Just basic watchmen, keeping an eye on everything.
Well, exchange news. Well, I'll ask if there's been any attacks or anything like that. They've seen from that. Pretty nervous about these dragons, man.
You catch that the dragons have been getting uppity, but they haven't caused anything towards the high road. In regards to general attacks, it seems the cultists have actually withdrawn.
Really? The cultists have stopped attacking. But
Only just a couple days ago, though.
But the dragons have been becoming more agitated? Have there been any dragon hunting parties, any sort of attempt to cull the numbers within the spies?
You get
Or the
some,
crowds?
some. It's difficult to tell either questioning or aggravated looks, because the idea of going to hunt dragons definitely isn't appealing.
So it's not an official sort of...
There is no dragon hunters, no.
Okay. Like...
There are
Cool.
monster hunters, but we've tried to keep balance with the dragons as much as possible.
Yeah, obviously. Fucking kill you.
I mean, how bad would it be to find an adult dragon in your path and there's no way around it? Okay, you go back the other way.
Should I do anything about starting?
Unless he's hungry.
Or just start with
You
one?
have your starting equipment.
So technically, I was in the plane of order, so.
You know what? I'll give you something
Pocket watch.
because everyone's close. Because everyone basically has like magical equipment already. I'm gonna give him a starting magic weapon. It's the Whip of Binding, where it attacks as a basic whip, but as a bonus action in the same turn, you can make a grappling attempt with said whip. And if that grapple fails, the target is then restrained. It has a limit up to large creature.
Tie somebody up with your whip. Oh yeah.
Now you're hot again.
No, I've been hot. That's why the blanket has been off.
It's like whip
So that's why I keep moving around.
Kind of, but this is more like this is a straight up magical weapon.
What is it called?
It's not going to be.
Oh, okay, that's
This is straight up homebrew weapon.
okay.
It's the Whip of Binding. It's essentially like an order weapon, where it's used for control.
on Google because I'm pretty sure they have.
Because you went in with a normal whip, but then you came out with the whip of binding. And it's really
Oh, they
weird.
have, yeah, they have it right here.
It's a magical whip, but it's not +1. It just has that bonus action to grapple, and then when it's grappled, it's restrained.
So bonus action to grapple.
Yep, bonus action grapple. And because it's a whip, you can use your dex as the grappling contestant versus whatever stat they're using.
You still have those weird damage conditions where you can't damage anything with a natural armor class or anything with a armor class of like 3 or above or anything like that. Does it just do straight damage? Oh yeah, then can only do non-lethal damage even too.
There's kind of no such thing as non-lethal in 5e. There is the choice of knocking unconscious.
I like that. Okay, good.
Because the way that health is, at least HP, is dictated in 5e, is a bit of bodily harm, but also like physical exertion, exhaustion, and
Your luck running
and morale.
I did take a breastplate. It does not give me that as a starting.
That's fine.
Okay, just want to make sure.
You are proficient with breastplate, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm up to heavy armor.
Okay,
But after a little bit of time, now as you notice something bizarre, you see the visage of what seems to be a halfling. However, he has this shimmer effect to him, almost like a mirage, like heat coming off of a surface, and it has this distortion of light at a distance. You get closer, and you expect, oh, I'm closer. It's not going to have that distortion. The distortion's still there.
Alright, what you fucking playing at?
You say that, and he's phasing in and out ever so slightly.
Arcana check.
Go for it.
12. 12.
Nothing magical that you've ever seen.
And that's my face. Alright, look here. Are you in duress? Are you in any sort of danger or anything like that? No?
Nux. The last thing that you remember before stepping into the plane of order, or at least being pulled, was figuring out how to gain a usage of the magic source of dunamancy, or time manipulation. You were performing an experiment, to which unfortunately went horrifically wrong, as you weren't exactly pulled so much as you just shifted from the material plane of your home into this whirling and spinning world of gears and clockwork and the ever-present ticking of a clock. Everything seemed to always balance in itself, gears spinning in motion, everything working in consistent, perfect locomotion.
You get some spheres with one eye kind of meandering up to you.
You feel
monitors.
You feel your body almost being pulled apart as you see your hands, but then your hands pull away as an echo of yourself steps away, looks back at you, and you instinctively know that you can use this. It's a part of you as much as you are a part of it. The echo fades away as your vision shifts again from a little moot point to then drastically overtaking your vision as you are now on a road looking out into a canyon.
Old guy in a robe, just like chastising you.
Off to your right, there's a cart that has a ruby red tiefling, an older man, and a fully gilded female ASMR.
Hello?
Right, look here, you little runt. If you're in trouble, we can help you. But if not, just get out of the way.
Where am I?
You're on the road. You're on the high road to Anna or to Kanta from Freehold.
To where?
To Kanta?
What is Kanta?
It's a town.
I've never heard of that town.
Where are you from? Make up something, please.
The only town.
I'm from a little village on the outside of. Here.
It's not here. Where is it? Your hometown was Thorlock. Was Thorloth.
History check.
Go for it.
I'm from Thorloth.
60.
Thorloth is located. You remember reading up on it back when you were at the Stone Forest in that fortress, and you remember and you looked over some of those books, and the name of Thorloth, which seemed to be an ancient city located within the Morn Forest, the Morn Wood, far up north.
Well, up in the Mornwoods, yeah? That's where you are, right?
There was no forest where you were.
No?
There's no forest.
No forest? No? Right. Well, you've heard of other towns like Glorified, yeah?
No.
No? Dragon Eye?
No.
Barbest. That sounds familiar.
Barbest?
Yeah.
Golok?
No.
Oh. Well then.
Why, I would assume her armor is, like, super nice.
It's very nice. It's very regal. It's not armor you've seen.
How
In
did
fact, you actually see his armor. His armor is in good condition, but ancient.
Like, we figured out...
Like the armor you
rudimentary
saw.
steel.
Like the armor you saw back in that the first seal room.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I figure currently the technologies we're probably starting to use carbon into refining iron to make basic steel and stuff.
They were just getting into the point of refined steel. This looks to be just one step above that.
We're only just starting to start mining like coal and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is actually useful mineral and everything.
Yeah, you're
What can we use
you're
for
just
this?
getting into the in your era. You're just getting into the refinement of ores and steels and combining them to make stronger materials.
Yeah, we're at like 600 AD right now. Perfect. I like it.
Yeah, he's about another century above that, at least in the gear that he has. Which is
He is-
strange, because the towns that he's referencing and answering to are from the past.
Yeah, you're using like bronze or early iron.
Yeah, it's probably bronze. Excuse me? The armor is quite shiny. Never seen that kind before.
Good metal. Rather than your sad lumpy metal. Looks like you got.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you've got sad lumpy rocks in your shirt there.
This is
Sad and lumpy.
handmade. A lot of people give me a lot of compliments about this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you calling it sad? Why?
And lumpy.
Well, I know it's lumpy, but yeah, it's nothing to be upset about.
Well, if an arrow would hit you or a bolt, I reckon you probably.
I'm pretty sure I can.
I think I'm starting to piece things together, realizing that he's not from this time. Do you know what to pull out the repeating crossbow?
Whoa!
Yeah, you don't know what this is, do you?
Where do you see that?
Don't yeah, careful. This is the business end. Yeah, this is the business end. Don't point the business end at people.
Well,
Unless you want them to feel the business.
The idea of a crossbow is universally known. However, you're more used to mechanical incline instead of a magical repeat crossbow. The crossbow would have a barrel full of arrows.
This is
Definitely more magically inclined.
amazing.
Alright, yep, you're cool with us.
Who made this?
Oh, no, fun idea. There's so many of them that we don't even keep track of who makes them.
There's more?
Come on, Makala, you're going to come useful with us.
Can I ask you a weird question?
What?
What day is it?
Tuesday.
I did not
All right.
I did not
Oh, finally awake, are you?
I did not leave on a Tuesday. Do you know in what month we are in?
Been on the road for so many months now.
Based on time frame, it's about fall for the rest of you.
It's around harvest time.
It was early spring for you, Nux.
I'm like now realizing that like I moved time and I'm just like can I ask you another question?
Mhm.
What year is this?
This is the year of Bannon.
You know what band it is. You grew up in the era where you actually knew that there were two gods, Bannon and Morn.
The year of our Lord Bannon. 742 or whatever. I don't want to put a hard like date on it.
You said 700.
Yep.
Can I make like a what type of check is it to not like faint?
You're trying to not panic.
That's pretty good. It's a straight 15.
Okay. So you're not panicking. Make a intelligence check real quick. See if you can actually piece the information what he's selling. He's saying.
19.
You're definitely not in the same time frame you were. You're not in the same location that you were. For some strange reason, their equipment seems not in the same era that you're used to. The biggest thing for you to try and put everything together would be to understand if they have a map.
That wizard that sold potions in your hometown, maybe he got to a high enough level and maybe got immortality.
Can I see a map?
What? Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
So as he pulls it out,
Because I'm a halfling.
Yep.
you're immediately shocked because Crater Bay was not there. Freehold was not there. This lake was not there. This mountain is not a volcano.
It's now a volcano?
It's not.
Okay.
It was not a volcano. And funnily enough, none of the cities that you know of are on the map.
Even Cathedral?
Spin it.
Oh yeah, because you said there was a lake there now. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
what is
Cathedral
this?
City is built over a lake. He
Uh,
comes from a time frame
uh,
when there is no lake.
And the ancient city is sunken below it. Yep.
What is this? And I like point to the cathedral, big lake area.
Oh yeah, that's where I came from.
What is it?
It's it's the capital of the continent. It's where Baden has made his grand cathedral.
It's the capital.
Yep.
What the fuck has happened?
Probably quite a lot.
Would you would you mind if I take the one?
You don't really have a choice. You're coming with us. You're useful.
Oh,
We're gonna have use for you. So
Wait, we're bringing him?
yes,
Why?
Why?
because he knows the past. And we're
Oh, so you're saying he's from one of those cities?
yes.
Okay.
So when we go ruin Delvin, it's gonna be like he's gone right back home.
Have you ever heard of a family of a millennia? Millennia? No? What in bloody hell is that?
As you look up from that titanic roar,
Oh yeah.
you see the shadow of a dragon falling towards you.
Oh yeah. There's dragon in these hills.
Falling?
Falling. As it descends rapidly and actually crash lands just about a couple dozen yards away from you, smashing into the earth, creating this indentation into the ground, causing the cart to quake and the ground around you to quake. Dust picks up and you have to kind of brush away at it.
Was this
I
intentional or?
My tiny body rushes up to the dragon.
I'm not going to do that. No.
Dracaria, you understand Draconic.
Mm-hmm.
What color is it?
You hear, "Oh, bunch of those darn assholes knocking me out of the sky. I have a right word to talk with them, eh?" As the dust clears, you actually see it's an adult gold dragon. As it sets itself up, readjusts its wings, dusts itself off.
Whoa. Oh my gosh, you're too pretty!
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't expect to see any humies down here.
Who knocked you out of the sky? That's so rude.
I feel like I'm more amazed at just her speaking Draconic.
Oh, just a useless neighbor. He's being a bit of an arsehole right now. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt your pathway. I'll get out of your way, right? Ow! As the dragon stumbles a little bit, seems like his left rear leg is actually broken.
Oh no, hun! Oh my gosh, it looks. What happened to your leg? Did you land on it too hard?
Oh, don't mind me. This is normal for me right now.
Normal
Well,
to have a broken leg?
He's actually shifting into common. Uh-oh. I suggest you get your cart and get out of here. Like lickety split like.
What's going on?
Is this in common now, or?
This isn't common.
Oh yeah, that's all you need to say. Okay, thanks, bye.
But I
As
want.
you hear
I want-
another-
No, we're leaving now.
As you hear
Is
another
that really-
titanic roar coming off from the canyon, as there's this streak of red, and there's a hovering about 300 some odd feet in the sky, just covering behind the sun.
Yep, see?
That's
That's
the guys
draconic for leave now.
of a red dragon.
That's draconic for get the hell out of here. We're
Oh, but
going.
I wanted to see
Like-
and talk to the
No.
dragon.
Sorry, no time for chit chat. I gotta go.
We're going.
And the dragon and the gold dragon actually flaps and takes off and propels itself from the ground and takes off as the two dragons actually collide in midair with this almost metallic clap as they fight amongst themselves in the sky and plummet back down into the canyon.
But I wanted to talk to the dragon.
We don't have the chance. No one dragons in these hills.
Are you sure about that?
From what I'm
One
told.
as nice as the gold dragon?
Well, nice is subjective.
Would have been better to talk to the gold dragon than it would be the red dragon.
I don't know, it depends on what mood the red dragon's in.
I think we should go help the dragon.
I want to go help the dragon, but we are not strong enough for a dragon.
Yeah, that dragon was hurt. I don't think we should. No. I mean, I'm strong. I'm plenty strong. I don't think I could take that on.
You don't have
Yeah, you almost got downed by a sniper rogue.
Okay, you know what?
You got
So
more,
did Nihilus.
you got little spells like that blizzard thing, yeah?
Is this normal life for you guys?
What do you mean?
I mean, a dragon just fell out of the sky.
Well, no, that's a first for us.
Yeah, that's a first.
Okay.
Arguing amongst
I'm still jostled. So it's just like, what is happening in this world?
Arguing amongst ourselves with the best course of action every day. Every day.
I used to teach children. What happened?
Well, you're gonna be right back at it. I'm calling us a bunch of children.
Technically, how old would Nux be?
I am rolling for that now. I'm seeing how old halflings are.
I would say Nihilus is just about to start rolling before, or is just about to start experiencing age penalties.
He's like getting into his 50s, isn't he?
Yeah, he's almost there.
See, here's the funny thing about that. If you read the Lord of the Rings books, Aragorn was in his 60s.
Yeah,
when he was still kicking ass.
it's
He only got to be king when he just was about to kick 70.
Generally live into the middle of his or her 2nd century. So, 2nd century, that's 100 years. So,
200. Yeah.
would be old.
Yeah.
200 is
Compared to normal humanoids, tieflings, humans, and anything non-fey only live to barely a century.
So I'm gonna roll 100, and I'm gonna add.
Blew my mind. Turtles.
71.
Totals.
Holy
35.
Yep, that's as far as they get.
Yeah. So me with my headcanon Chaka being like hundreds of years old.
It's completely not
Can't
right.
happen. I still like it.
I'm 151.
Yeah.
Okay, so not as old as Nick, but the same guys. You're an older man, if considering the fact you came from the past.
I do have two children, so.
What do you do?
Yeah, let's keep moving. Let's get out of the line of fire of these dragons.
Sounds like a great idea.
I don't want to get set on fire today. Thank you. Yes.
As a stream of fire and acid actually spray up into the sky.
We can keep it low profile.
Looks like the turf war is definitely full swing. But you pack up your strangely misplaced companion and quickly make your way away.
So what kind of use are you other than trivia and stuff? You have a sword?
Oh yeah, and I like pull out a rapier, and it like builds on top of itself. It's like ding, 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 ding.
Oh, that's fancy.
It looks like a stick.
You think you could do anything with this? And I pull out Nick. Or sorry, Rick.
Nick or Rick?
Rick.
Rick as in like the dog.
The dog.
The
Yeah.
dog, you actually grab segments of Rick.
Yeah.
Like is it just the head at this point?
He's falling apart. Yeah. Without Nick Dick to maintenance him. Yeah.
What is that? Can I see that?
As a trigger to my old friends.
I like start examining the head and like the interworkings of like all the gears and everything, which is like
Compared to what you're used to, this is a little bit more clunky and clockworky than actual mechanicism.
would I know anything about mechanicism from the plane of order? Was I there long
The plane
enough
of
to-
order was sheer clockwork
Yeah.
with like flesh put into it from the Modreds. But
Those things are funky.
Yeah, flesh and yeah, I looked them up. They're fucking weird looking.
this seemed to be nothing more than mechanical, almost like a construct.
It looks like a mechanical dog.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
I mean, maybe, but depending on the size, it looks pretty big. And I'll be honest, I've never seen any power source that could power this.
Yeah, that was something special with him. Yeah. Well, good luck.
Well, thanks.
Yep.
I'll like just start like slowly like taking it apart and dissecting it.
The metal is weird.
That was weird.
It seems to be built out of copper, not so much steel.
Okay, so I'm used to working with that.
Yeah. Whereas you're used to working with more refined steel rather than just straight up iron.
Yeah.
Copper's a little bit more malleable, but doesn't have the tensile strength of iron.
It isn't as conductive.
Like as I'm sitting with anyone, I'm like, oh, I'm next to Melinia. Nice to meet you. So you haven't heard of the name Melinia at all?
Nice to meet you, Maxwell. Nah. Doesn't ring any bells. I don't think your family was very important. Sorry to say.
Well, that's fine. I just kind of like to get back to them sooner than possible.
Where are they?
I'm assuming 600 years ago in the past.
Give or take.
You figured this out and you weren't going to tell me?
Was it important? He's here now.
I think it's important.
No, it was.
Well, I'm gonna need to know the exact time because I'd like to get back at some point.
Oh, I don't know if that's going to be possible.
I mean, I've made the jump forward. I'd like to make sure to make the jump back. I got two little children I'd like to look after.
Yeah, I don't think time necessarily works like that. I think it's more of an arrow shot from a bow, constantly in flight from one point to another.
I mean, maybe, but at the same time, time is also connected to itself. So
Yeah.
it should be possible for one being to go in and out at different points of time.
Now, equipped with the knowledge you know of the future, if you ever go back to the past,
Yes, my family's there.
well, fair enough. Couldn't you also bring your family straight into the future?
No.
Why not?
How would I do that without going back to the past?
Well, you send something back for them to make the trip to the future.
Okay, you two are making my head hurt.
Yeah, time does that.
Yeah. Trust me.
I only think I know what I'm talking about, and I'm only stumbling upon it.
I was in this strange place for a little while. I don't know if I was for a minute or for a decade.
For 600 years.
I got a point.
To you, it only felt like a minute.
Well, it's only in for a minute.
But it was 600 years. Your memories kept on evading you. It's like you're trying to remember something that can't quite put your tongue on it.
No, like and dancing light.
No, I don't have light. I have dancing light instead. Yeah.
It's a little redundant.
Yeah, I have dancing light, not light.
Which actually begs the question: which is more useful, dancing lights with concentration, or light on an object for an hour?
And then it becomes a deck save if you want to cast it
On something.
offensively. Yeah.
It's a touch spell too.
Yeah.
So you actually have to like beep. My eyes.
Your eyes are now glowing. You're blind.
Blind.
Yep. You can see only white.
I
Your retinas are burning away.
I use prestidigitation on the helmet, the dog head, and I like make it seem like it's going back in time, where like the metal kind of like looks like it's newer.
Curiously, as you actually watch him do this, there's this.
Yeah, I chose the gear.
It's strange. There's nothing behind him, but then there's this cogwheel just spinning behind him as he's casting prestidigitation.
Curious.
About? And I like look up.
Oh yeah, spellcasting method. I've never seen it before.
I do it all the time.
Yeah. All the time.
That's my
That's a
main
funny
focus
joke.
is study. I'm
Alright.
assuming I have no comprehension of this yet.
You have not seen it.
Yeah.
You're too busy casting the spell. You don't look behind you.
Yeah, he only stepped into the plane of order for just a second. Apparently, that's all it needed to alter him.
Where did you say you just came from? Where were you just now?
What I know?
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Where did you come from, Cut Magic?
I am proficient in one musical item, so I am proficient in the lute.
Those are the major cities that you know of.
But what I know that was in a different plane.
It was definitely not the material plane.
I was in a different plane or dimension, and there's a lot of cogs. I don't think time exists today.
Knowledge religion? No longer,
Make an Arcana check.
Yeah, there's no longer any knowledge plane.
No, there isn't.
anymore.
It's more general magic and.
11. Oh no! Wait, no 11.
You do know that there are several different planes of existence, such as the fire, water, earth, and air planes, and then the offshoots of combinations of those of fog, of ice, of mud, and such.
Our incinerator back at Cathedral just used to be a portal straight into the plane of fire. So how do I bolt these down?
But there has been some study into any extra planes, but none have been truly successful going beyond the ethereal, the astral, or even the first level of the hells.
Great Wheel cosmology? Where material plane is in the center and then everything else kind of branches out of it?
Well, out of the game. The plane of order is actually an ever-present multiverse spanning cosmos that actually dictates fate.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Say that again.
It's like a dimension on top of everything else that controls events.
And if there's any deviation to it, it actually plots a course to correct it. And it's purely autonomous.
Would the plane of chaos intersect in a similar way?
It's its antithesis, where the abyss is kind of the embrace of chaos. The plane of chaos is nothing but just turmoil and destruction.
Pandemonium, yeah. Pandemonium. That's what it's called.
Pandemonium would definitely be the basis of it, of the plane of order's antithesis. Whereas with the plane of order, everything is set in straight clock mechanisms. Everything is set for a particular sequence of events to follow a plan of sequencing. The Pandemonium is absolute destruction, chaos, disorder, and no sense of rhyme, reason, or anything.
It's subjective gravity in Pandemonium, where
it's more like it's one giant hurricane going off in every direction. You take one misstep and you're flung off to someplace else in the infinite plane.
Gravity is in the direction that you want it to be, but there's so many outside forces that you have no control over that. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I want this way to be down. And if the wind's not blowing you anywhere, you'll fall that way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But if the wind's going in the opposite direction, guess what? You're following the wind. That's not a good idea to just randomly jump into Pandemonium.
Until you smack face first into some floating rock in there. Yeah.
Not even a floating rock, just a fucking monster.
God, dude, there's a city that some race has built in Pandemonium that's like
the Gith.
anchored there. The Gith, yep.
Yeah, the Gith have built the city within Pandemonium.
Hey, we shouldn't be able to do this, but we are, and this is the basis of our civilization. Okay, thanks.
Funny thing, no one has ever seen a Gith.
The rest of you guys can fuck off on your dead god or whatever. I love the astral plane. Holy shit!
Critical Role's actually doing a lot of that. They're stepping into that field where they're actually finding the living city.
I love like Spelljammer and.
Oh yeah, they've already made notes on that they're jumping into that soon.
Hell yeah!
So there's a possibility they could jump into Spelljammer, because apparently one of their characters is not from the material plane. Fucking weird.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
welcome to my
I want to
game.
make a character from Sigil. That'll be fun.
But you take the rest of the day trotting along. There's still more.
Is that infinite?
What?
Lucky?
When you roll a 1 on an attack ability check or saving throw, you can re-roll the die and must use the new roll.
Can you do it as many times per day as you want?
It doesn't say anything about that. And this is like normally the official rule set that I use.
Yeah, when you roll a 1.
Wow. Okay.
That's why halflings are broken.
It's a good thing I didn't take the lucky feat too.
Yeah, that'd be fucking broken too. Lucky with advantage. Fuck that noise.
And then you play a divination wizard.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
I get to choose everything.
At the start of every day, you roll 2d20s. You get to bank those 2d20 rolls and replace them with any roll from anybody. Hey, that monster rolled a crit? No, I rolled a 2 this morning. That 20 is now a 2. Fuck that.
Yeah, no, divination wizards are fucking bunk.
Ooh-wee.
But there's still some dragon roars coming from the canyon. Every so often catching in the wind. But nothing seems to catch up to you. As you make your way quickly further down the road, you actually make a little bit more progress as you picked up the pace. But night comes. And we're going to end it there for the night. We will pick this back up next week. We have a brand new player to the game.
Nuxanoi Millennia.
Not even going to attempt that.
Nux.
Let's call him Knuckles for now.
Oh, Nux.
Nice. Oh, God.
Hopefully, Mariana will be joining us next week.
Wish you better.
We're going to go hunt her down.
You don't have a choice.
We have a new character, and I can't RP her for shit. But things should be getting interesting. The group has a couple of days to get into the city of Cantor. They have had their first experience with dragons, although short and scantly, but dragons nonetheless.
They were adult sized?
They were adults.
Okay.
Not in your ballpark.
Yeah, no. So like we keep moving, we keep going. We are ants to them. We are not going to gain any sort of dragon attention right now. I am very surprised that I'm not shitting my pants right now.
But yeah, again, we'll be back here, same time, same place. Hopefully, schedules work with everybody. Please follow my YouTube channel, follow my Twitch, look at my Instagram. I will try and post whenever I can, as when I can. You know, fucking work and all that. But we will see you all next week. Make sure you keep those 20s warm. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Woo!
Bye, folks.
Oh.